Did you get that? Guess what, everybody? Today we're going to learn how to paint. That's right. But first of all, let me show you the parts of a paintbrush. These two paintbrushes look a little different, but they work just about the same. This one's plastic, this one is mostly wood, but they both have three same parts. A handle, and there's the handle on this one, and the handle is for holding the paintbrush. You could hold it like this, you could hold it like that, but I suggest holding it like a pencil on the handle. They also both have bristles. The bristles are the little hairs at the top. We want to be careful with the bristles because they're a little fragile and we want to take care of them. The last part of the paintbrush is the ferrule. These metal parts hold the bristles to the handle. We don't hold the paintbrush by the ferrule, we hold it by the handle. Ready to quiz yourself? Oh no, the answers are already there. Don't look, don't look. Oh, well, too late now.
Hey, art teacher, I want to tell you something about paintbrushes. Do you notice that they all have very pointy toes? And what else do you know that has pointy toes? I'll tell you. It's a ballerina. That's right. A ballerina always dances on their tippy toes. Just like this paintbrush goes around and around on its toes. And the ballerina never ever goes down on the floor or scoots around on her bottom. Oh, no. And no paintbrush wants to be used like this, scooted around on the paper and spread all over so that its bristles get broken and frayed. Oh, no. Nobody wants to see a paintbrush in such a state. Oh, the sadness. But don't worry. We're going to treat our paintbrushes in a much better way. And only allow them to dance on their toes. Ah.
Here are the supplies you'll get when we're using watercolor paints. A set of watercolor paints, a water cup,
And a dirty old SpongeBob.
Dry watercolors need to be woken up with some water. Dip your paintbrush into the water and drop the water into the paint cups. You don't need to use a lot of water, and don't smear it around on the paint or your paintbrush will get dirty. You'll contaminate all the colors and you'll waste paint. A little paint goes a long way with watercolors. So wipe off your brush and let it rest for a minute so the water can soak up. After a few seconds, you're probably ready to start. Select your first color. I like to start with yellow if I'm going to use yellow because the yellow will be clean when I start and I don't want to contaminate it with the other colors. Remember to keep your paintbrush on its tippy toes like a ballerina. The paintbrush should be just touching the paper with its toes and getting pulled along in a nice line, not spread back and forth and scooted around on its bottom, just twirling or dancing around on its toes. When you're ready to switch colors, make sure the first thing you do is rinse off your brush as well as you can. Then dry it by drawing an X on your sponge. If the sponge is clean, you're ready to try a new color. Let's try green. Okay, one more time. Here's how you change colors. Rinse your brush by swishing on the bottom. Make an X on dirty old SpongeBob. Choose a new color.
If your SpongeBob looks like this,
It's okay,
that's why he's called Dirty Old SpongeBob.
but you need to rinse your brush again until he wipes clean. Here are some mistakes you want to look out for when we're using watercolors. This artist is using blue to paint a table for her orange or watermelon or pumpkin or whatever it is. She's using blue and she's about to change to yellow for the background. What should she do? She needs to rinse. Oh, she forgot to rinse her brush and that blue paint is going straight into her yellow. Now when she tries to use yellow, it's not coming out the way she wants. It's a little muddy. She needs to rinse her brush, dry it off on SpongeBob, and then try to soak up some of that paint with her brush. She can wipe off that dirty paint on her paper or rinse it off, get it dry again, really dry, and then suck up some of that yucky paint with that brush and get rid of it on the paper or get rid of it in the water. Get it dry. There. Looks like her yellow is safe for now.
And finally, please, if you love your art teacher, don't do this. Don't smoosh your brush into the bottom of the paint. Oh no! Why?
Here are some other paints you might use in the art room. These are called Tempera paints, and a lot of the rules are the same with Tempera paints. We still want to use the tip of our paintbrush and make sure that paintbrush stays on her tippy toes. And we want to make sure we don't contaminate the paints. We want to rinse our brush between colors and make an X on SpongeBob. With Tempera paints, you just need to fill the tip of your paintbrush and start painting. Tempera paints are fun because they are thicker than watercolors, so you can blend paint colors on your paper. Notice that I don't have orange in my paint can, but I am getting red and yellow to mix together on my paper to make a little bit of orange in my rainbow. Oops, I should have made this rainbow stretch all the way off the page, so I'm gonna start making sure that it goes all the way off the page. Rinse my brush really well, wipe it off, and get a new color and make it go from one end of the page all the way to the other. There, that's better. I'll need to fix the red later, but for now I'll just do the blue. Oh, let's change colors again. Good thing I cleaned that brush well before going back to that yellow. Look, it's mixing with the blue. What color is it making? Ooh, it's time to clean up. I'm not done, but I can finish again tomorrow. I'll rinse off my brush really well, dry it off, and put it down. So, which of these two brushes would you prefer to use? This one? Or this one? They're pretty much the same brush, but one of them was cleaned and put away properly, and the other one wasn't. I bet you can guess which one. This paintbrush has been sitting in this jar of water for a long time, and its bristles are bending. It's fine to rinse off your brush and get it nice and clean, tap off the extra water, and then lay it flat on a towel to dry. Since we don't have a lot of time, I might ask you to just put your paintbrush in the hot tub so its bristles are nice and safe, and all the other paintbrushes can go with it. Oh look, everyone's remembering to put their bristles facing the same direction and their handles facing the same direction too. Thanks!